In this lesson, we'll implement melting ice cream. In particular, we'll use the mix-in concept we learned to create a melting ice cream we can both eat and drink. Navigate to the following URL to get started. Once you see this page, fork the project to get your own editable copy. To do this, click on the project name in the top left to get a dropdown, click on the ellipses to get another dropdown, and finally, click on the fork button. Then, I suggest placing your Skillshare and REPL.it windows side by side as shown here. Let's start by visualizing the goal. Right now, you only have an ice cream class. Our goal is to add both lemonade and melting ice cream. We know that melting ice cream should subclass ice cream. In the spirit of mix-ins, we'll add a drinkable class, which adds the ability for a class to be drunk. Here, both lemonade and melting ice cream can be drunk. Highlighted in red are the classes we'll implement. Here's one thing to note, however. Note that ice cream and drinkable both have the add method. We'll need to take special care when using multiple inheritance for melting ice cream. Melting ice cream needs to subclass both drinkable and ice cream, but give precedence to ice cream. You'll now create these classes one by one. On the right-hand side, you'll see the code that we got from previous lessons. We can find the ice cream class by scrolling down. We can also find the ice cream truck class, and finally, the deluxe ice cream truck class. At the very bottom, after that class, let's now add our mix-ins. We're going to create our drinkable class. In the constructor, set the number of cups to 0. We will measure how much of the drink is left in cups. So here's our constructor with self as an argument. We'll define cups is equal to 0. Next, create an add method that adds a certain number of cups to the drink. You have def, the add method, with the self argument, then the number of cups to add. Then we'll increment the number of cups by this amount. Finally, create a drink method that subtracts a certain number of cups from the drink. Here we'll have the drink method, which takes a certain number of cups and deducts that number of cups from the total. Now let's navigate back to the slides. For your reference, here's the diagram for what we're building out. Now, create the lemonade class. Again, for your reference, here's our diagram. Underneath your existing code, let's create a new lemonade class. This lemonade class will inherit from drinkable. This lemonade class will subclass drinkable. The lemonade class then inherits automatically all of the add and drink methods. Now for the final piece, you'll implement melting ice cream. Again, for your reference, here's our diagram. Create a class, melting ice cream, that inherits from both ice cream and drinkable. Here we'll have melting ice cream, which inherits from both ice cream and drinkable. Notice that the ordering matters. By writing ice cream first, we enforce that ice cream's add method takes precedence over drinkable's add method. We'll now add an elapse method. This method will update the ice cream's number of scoops of unmelted ice cream and cups of melted ice cream over time. This method takes time elapsed as an argument. Here we'll write elapse, self, the amount of time that has elapsed, and first compute the number of ice cream scoops that have melted. This is either the amount of time that has elapsed or the number of scoops left, whichever is smaller. So here we'll compute melted is equal to the minimum of either time elapsed or the number of scoops left. Then, subtract the number of melted scoops from the total number of scoops. Here we'll have scoops minus equals melted. Also, add the number of melted scoops to the cups of melted ice cream. So here we'll have cups plus equals to melted. And that completes our melted ice cream class. The add, drink, and eat methods are all inherited from the two parent classes. Now you'll use your brand new melting ice cream class. Click on the green arrow at the top to run your code. Then instantiate your melting ice cream. Add some scoops, and then elapse time to see how much has melted. Here we'll write ice cream elapse 2. Let's see how many scoops are left. We expect 2 scoops of ice cream to melt, so only 1 scoop of ice cream should be left. And indeed, we see 1. Now let's see how many cups of melted ice cream are left. Ice cream, cups, and we expect 2, just like our results say. Let's now drink some melted ice cream. Ice cream.drink, and let's drink 1 cup. Let's now check how much melted ice cream is left. Ice cream.cups, as expected, we only have 1 cup left. And that's it. For a copy of these slides and the finished code for this lesson, make sure to check out the course website. This concludes our melted ice cream practice. Next up is additional bonus practice for mix-ins.